draft the question, but they vote on it.
What's up, Camden County? Allison and Justin from the Camden County Quarterback Club, and today we are joined with Dr. Green, our superintendent of Camden County Schools, and we are coming to you live from Ops in Kingsland. Super excited. Man, it's been a hot week, guys.
It has been. Absolutely hot.
Well, Justin, I know how you are about statistics and how you like to set the stage for us.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to do that for
I
us.
got some good stuff over here. I'm excited for tonight. We got a lot to cover, but I'm going to start off with some stats because you know I love stats.
Yes.
So I'll start with the athletic stuff. So, I got two pages here
Two
of
pages.
stats. So bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I'm going to kind of touch a little bit of each of these programs here. So I'll start off with our volleyball program last year. This is all for, last school year, right? The school year that we just completed is where all this stuff's coming from. So our volleyball team, they went into the playoffs. They upset Mill Creek, which was huge, And then we look at our literacy, CCHS literacy. We had state champion girls solo, Avery,
yeah. State literary.
Tiller Twinklemeyer, I think is how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Sorry if I butchered that.
apologize.
Interesting stat here, the rifle team. So GHSA state runner-up, second place. Brianna finished first place, securing the title of individual state champion. She holds the distinction of being Camden County's first ever individual state champion.
I saw it. I was there.
Congratulations. That is huge.
And I don't know if you know this. I'll touch a little bit on the rifle team here. We've got the state-of-the-art facility over. This ain't no, they're not shooting little pellet guns or none of that stuff. This is like real deal, high tech.
Yes.
It's amazing. It really is. But there was some more rifle team stuff. Braden finished fifth in the state overall. And then the 2026 Georgia All-State Rifle Team, that was Brianna and Braden. The Camden County NJROTC Rifle Team earned national recognition with a fourth place finish for All-Service JROTC National Championship.
Okay.
We ain't messing around.
We're
We
not.
are
And
not.
then also Brianna was the 912 Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So rifle team crushing it.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's huge. Yes.
Go Cats.
Oh yeah. Swim team, we finished 14th overall in the state.
Heck
So
yeah.
I mean, we can swim down here too if folks didn't know. Clayton Simmer finished 9th in the 100 free for the state championship. And then our dive team, Max, number 14 in the state. And then moving into wrestling, another
Listen.
dynasty powerhouse thing that we got going on here.
We have an absolutely impressive wrestling team. Like
Oh.
our whole wrestling program is what I should say.
I love wrestling.
Oh my
Me
goodness.
too.
God. And to be able to host it for the first time.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
this
last
year.
year. Yeah,
That
we
was
hosted it last year.
amazing.
Absolutely.
I love hosting that tournament. That was
Yeah.
amazing. Jess does a great job.
Jess is a National Hall of Fame
Oh.
wrestling coach.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, so 13 state duels, 12 of them in a row. I mean,
it's
come on.
Crazy.
And then
Yeah.
12th state traditional championship, that's 12 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And then Ryder, he was selected for the Dave Schultz High School Excellence Award, and he was also a 912 Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then, of course, we were the region champs as well for 2026.
Four-time state champion.
Oh yeah, four-time state rider was, yeah. So his entire, academic career at, CCHS,
I love it.
he's a state champion.
All we do
Man.
is win.
That's right. And then our girls wrestling team, which is fairly new,
Yeah.
but won their first state duels
Three.
in 2026.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, I mean,
okay.
And then Brianna with that was a two-time state champion and 912 Player of the Year.
Man, we got some impressive athletes.
Oh, I ain't done.
Okay.
I ain't done yet.
Student athletes.
Student athletes. Student athletes.
I'm sorry,
Athletes.
Superintendent.
Gymnastics, we had 3 of our girls go to the state competition this year. Jamie, Alyssa, and Addison. And then Jamie was a Vince Dooley Scholarship Award nominee.
nice.
Ooh, I like that.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
gymnastics crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Now, this is another good one. Moving into tennis. Amelie, I think it's how you pronounce her name there. Sorry if I messed that up. But she set a CCHS record for the most career singles wins.
Oh, wow.
She reached 75 career wins this last season. And her last season, she was 20-1.
Okay.
And that record was because she also missed 4 matches because she was sick.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know,
Yeah.
crushing it.
Yeah, she
Wow.
owns the state.
And she was also 912 player of the year.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of 912
Man.
player of the years around here.
Okay.
Not
And-
surprised.
And yeah, for sure. And then our boys tennis team, they reached the second round of the playoffs this year too. So
Yeah.
tennis team's crushing it. That
Yeah.
program over there.
With a dynamic coach.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And then let's move into golf here. Miss Georgia, I think one of our teachers' daughters, I think, right?
Yeah.
She was 912 player of the year as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So crushing it on the golf course.
She worked so hard at man.
Going
that
to
is-
James Madison.
Going to James
Yeah.
Madison. That's
That's
right.
so
She sure is.
impressive.
Yeah.
And then baseball, Parks, Randu.
Yeah.
He was also a 2026 Vince Dooley Scholarship Award nominee. And
Captain
then
America. That's what we call
oh yeah,
Parks.
Captain America. That's what everybody calls him. That's right. And then interesting here, esports. Not a lot of people might not know that we have an
Yeah.
esports team.
We do.
But our Rocket League, we made it to the Sweet 16 this year. So that's also a fairly new thing that's kind of started
Yeah.
at Camden, and we're already crushing there too.
And they have a dynamic space.
Oh, absolutely.
Track and field.
Track and field. Oh, I almost forgot
Don't
about
forget
track and field.
It's
Oh
the
my
last
goodness.
one.
Yeah, right here.
I'm reading
There's a lot
She's
going
like,
on
it's
here in
right
track
here.
and
It's
field.
right here on your page.
Dr. Green's
up.
keeping me honest. She
When
keeping
you
me honest for
drive
sure.
6 hours to see
Oh
it.
yeah. So one of our boys, one of our football boys, Sean
Yes.
Green here, right, in the 4x200 relay, they qualified for the state meet.
Yeah.
Then Sean broke some records this year too. So
course he did.
he clocked a 21.3 in the 200 meter,
Yes.
which is the Camden record.
It is.
And then
Very proud.
he was
Yes.
he also set a record in the long jump, right?
He
24.45.
Yes, he did.
So 2 records he's crushed in, committed to Florida State. He's got a lot of things going on. Sean's a good kid.
Yeah, we had him
love
on the
it.
show not too long ago.
Oh yeah, a couple weeks ago he was
yeah.
here.
That's
He said
awesome.
they ready. They
Yes.
ready to get back this year. And Chris
They
Gilman,
is.
that's what he told us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good.
And then the girls, they set this record. They beat it by 10 seconds. The 4x800 relay team. So they had a record-breaking time of 10 minutes, 43 seconds, and 26.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
It
So
is.
our track, and that for folks, we getting a brand new track. So these
We
kids
are.
going to be even faster.
They are.
You know
They
what I'm
are.
saying? With a brand
I'm
new track.
excited about it. And a lot of those students have free scholarship opportunities.
Oh,
Free
absolutely.
rides to college.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So I'm going to talk about scholarships.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we had 24 kids signed for scholarships for athletics this last year.
This last year?
And it's not, that's softball, golf, football, wrestling, tennis, soccer, cross country. But here's the interesting stat.
Yeah.
$763,000 per year, right? So that's how much money those 24 kids are getting
wow.
overall
Yeah.
to go to the collegiate level.
amazing.
We talk about this all the time where at any given time, this is why you come out, right, and support Chris Gilman, come out Friday nights and support just all this stuff, because at any given time between, our football team, our band, all this stuff, there could be 15, 20 kids there that are going to go to the collegiate level. And,
Absolutely.
so, I mean, right here, the proof's in the pudding, right
I
here.
know.
So that's athletics, so we like to talk athletics because, that's what we do here with the quarterback club.
Yes.
But I got some stats that are even, to me, more important because, like Dr. Green
I
just
agree.
said, student athletes. We are students first, right? So
Yes.
a lot of folks don't know what's going on here in Camden.
But
and-
tell the people. Let them know.
oh, yeah, I mean, I got 2 pages here.
he's
I got 2 pages.
Yeah, he was ready. He was already
So-
up talking about this Saturday a.m.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
was.
Yeah.
So here recently, 96.18 was our graduation rate, right? Which is the highest in district history.
Mm-hmm.
And if folks, maybe they saw, Get in Your Business podcast the other day, but I was watching it, and she had Miss Rachel on there, and Miss Rachel was telling us, not too long ago, 20, 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
our graduation rate was 50%.
50%.
So you think about that, 50% 20 years ago, and today 96.18%, which is almost 10 points higher than the state average. We're almost there. We're going to get there. Dr. Green's going to get us there, but we almost 10 points higher, and we're the 6th
amazing.
highest graduation rate with graduates of more than 600 in the state.
oh, wow.
Camden County, crushing it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's
Man.
awesome. Congratulations
Oh, we
to
got
the
a whole-
kids and our
yeah,
educators.
yeah,
we
we-
did a dynamic
We ain't done
job.
yet.
Okay, keep going.
So for SATs, right, important
Yeah.
when you're going to college, we rank 15 out of 165 Georgia
Oh,
school
wow.
systems. So that puts us in the top 9% of
That's
the
amazing.
state, crushing it there. And then the Georgia milestones, everybody's familiar with those, which tracks our district-wide performance. 8 out of those 20 assessments were in the top 10. 12 out of 20 were in the top 15, and 19 out of 20 were in the top 20.
Wow.
So, I mean, again, crushing it there.
And I do want to add, there's 180 traditional school districts in the state of Georgia.
Oh, 180.
So when you say 8, 12, I need people to hear that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge stat.
Yeah.
And then you look at our district rankings. You know, you go to niche.com and all that stuff. We 12th in the state.
That's amazing.
And then, you know, School Diggers got us, you know, 5-star district rating. They've got us 14th out of 206. And then we put Camden, the top 15% of Georgia schools.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
Listen, Justin, in my day job, I hear all the time people move, they want to come to Camden for our schools.
absolutely.
Like, that's amazing. And I think that we don't say that enough, you know, especially when I see people online all the time having all their opinions, and y'all have no idea, just no idea about our school system. It is amazing. I invite you to get involved and actually find out what's going on because there are a lot of really cool things. I always talk about the robotics team and those, because I love that. I'm like, we have robotics, like we have so much in our school
We
system.
have over 40 pathways at the high school, career and technical education pathways, and adding as we, you know, obviously continue to grow. The county continues to grow.
And
So
Dr. Green, you have some very passionate teachers that love what they do, and I just love it so much, and I appreciate you making you know, this environment that we have in our school system that makes people from all over want to come move here and be a part of it.
Thank
and I
you.
just think that that's really
For
cool.
sure.
thank you. I appreciate that as well.
But Miss Allison, I ain't done
He's
yet.
not
I know.
finished.
I still got
I can't
more
wait to
stuff
try.
over
I'm
here.
so eager to
Yeah.
talk.
I got some more.
But I'm gonna let him.
How about
Let him finish.
Title I
Yeah.
excellence? 7 of our schools have earned that,
Great.
and we're four consecutive years Title I excellence for the Title I distinguished schools. So that obviously that award recognizes the top 5% of Title I school districts. So again, crushing it. Advanced academics. So we were named the 2025 AP Honor School in 3 different categories. So
Oh,
that
wow.
talks about, you know, the level of our classes that we have and what's really setting those kids up for going into the college. This one's a little bit near and dear to my heart because I am active duty. Military support. 3 of our schools earned the Georgia Military Flagship School Award. And I'll tell you, when we first moved down here 4 years ago, I wasn't stationed at Kings Bay. I was stationed down in Mayport, Jacksonville area.
Really?
But we've lived in Camden County since we moved here
Oh, nice.
because I looked at school districts. I have kids,
See?
right? So I
See?
go and I look and I check things out. And I was driving an hour to work every day because I wanted my kids in this school district.
awesome.
You
So
hear
you
that?
know,
See?
little tidbits of information out there.
Warms my heart.
Yep. And then how about our career and tech education? So our Skills USA chapter earned the National Model of Excellence status and advanced to compete at the national level.
We did.
And then this is one of my favorite stats, you know, because this.
And that is a phenomenal
was-
experience.
okay.
I went
Oh.
to
I'm
glad you
nationals to
stopped
see
it.
our kids.
Yes.
Amazing to see all of the offerings and opportunities that kids are exposed to by being in skills or a part of skills.
yeah.
And
USA.
I want to commend you for something. Y'all did a CTA signing day, and I couldn't believe how many students were in there for signing day. Like that is
That's a lot.
amazing, and they are literally graduating and starting a job,
Absolutely.
or they're
Going to
an
a prep.
apprenticeship or whatever. It's amazing that our students have that. That ability to do that here.
I agree.
You know, I wish I'd had that when I was in school.
For sure, yeah.
And maybe they did, but not in my school.
Yeah,
So,
maybe.
We did.
okay.
Yeah, not where I went to school. And it's interesting too. Here we had 8 seniors last year committed to becoming future teachers in the Teach and the Peach initiative.
Oh,
so I mean that's
wow.
remarkable too because
Yeah.
you know. There's kids out there, or at least I know when I was graduating, I wanted to get away from school, right? I didn't want to think about it. I wanted let's get out of here. But we've got kids that are seeing it every day, and they say, you know what, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, right? I want to go impact, you know, future generations.
Oh my Lord! In spite of the attack on public education and the constant scrutiny our educators are under, to
Absolutely.
have 8 seniors want to still come and teach is definitely a blessing.
For sure.
They are all offered contracts.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on,
back home.
come on.
For sure. Well, that's my stats. So I told you I really wanted to set the stage because
You said it.
You did a
you know,
phenomenal
we do a
job.
lot of things. You know, we
Yeah.
talk about sports, but man, I'm telling you, our academics,
Yeah. You
we
did a
ain't no
phenomenal
joke.
job.
In what we do, everything goes hand in hand. Like, you know, the athletes, before they can ever even step out on the field or the court or whatever, they got to have those grades. They have
do.
to be in line, and you know, I just think it's important.
And it's frustrating when people talk about there's a heavy focus on athletics as a former athlete in high school. Extracurricular and co-curricular activities are they're closely correlated to student motivation, engagement in school, and even attendance. There were so many times where I didn't feel like going to school because I was sick or some sore throat, something where I probably would have stayed home, but I didn't want to miss practice because I wanted to play in the game, and missing practice meant I had to play and you know, I wasn't going to be able to play in the basketball game. It's so much more than just wins and losses when it comes to being a student athlete or participating in a co-curricular, extracurricular activity. And so it just frustrates because that's such a huge part of the high school
Agreed.
experience. And when you think and talk in your, you know, in your graduation cohorts years ahead, you know, at the reunions, you're talking about the experiences you had with your teammates and your classmates outside of the classroom. You know,
Absolutely.
It just frustrates me that that's oftentimes the attack that we get.
For sure, and I mean, I'll tell you, every one of your coaches push academics.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
They
they're
do.
if you failing, if you miss it, you ain't playing.
Yeah.
You know, because it's important. We talked about this with Tucker, you know, last week. To get into college, you could be he said it, you could be the number one player in the
Yeah.
country. And if you got a 1.5 GPA, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
Sorry, like.
And he said it was the most frustrating thing for him as a coach to have this great player and then not be able to do anything with it. It's like, come on, this has to be
Yeah.
first. This
Yep.
is first,
That's right.
you know?
And one more thing I'll add as it relates to athletics before we get into the questions. If you have a child, because it goes beyond the high school. If you have a child in rec or PSA sports, where are your events? At our facilities.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
when people start attacking like we're improving the facilities, I am from Camden County, born and raised. It is so important that we improve our facilities because we're improving the quality of life for our community. Rec Sports PSA is almost 75-80% our facilities, with the exception of that pool at the rec center and gymnastics. They use the gym, the track, the football fields. Everything is we're paying for it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a community
So
thing.
it is a community event and it is a community focus, and I just get so frustrated when people say, "Why are we putting money there?" Because I want to make sure Camden County
Right.
is better and provides a high quality experience for its constituents. Not
Absolutely.
just Camden County schools and my students. You know?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And I mean, folks, if you didn't realize it, you voted for it, you know. So
There's that.
And that's the thing about, like, you know, voting for stuff. You put it on, you know what you're voting for. So everybody, like, they can't just sneak it in on you. Like,
Absolutely, you
everything, there's verbiage that goes into everything. And so,
So that's my plug to get out and vote, get involved in your community.
yes, get involved.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
so that way you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, because you can see anything you want on social media or whatever,
can.
but get in there, get involved, see behind the scenes, see what's going on, and be a part of something greater.
You're
Yes.
telling people to attend the board meetings and the board work sessions where we disclose what we spend money on
Yep.
and the business that
Yep.
we're conducting. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love to see people attend our meetings, especially the work sessions where we really talk through each item and you hear the board discuss whether they, you know, feel passionately about it or believe it's the direction that we should take. It really truly is shared governance. I am so blessed to have a board that loves Camden as much as I do.
And an interesting stat about our board.
Yes,
First
I know.
time in 30 years, all of our board members
I
are
know.
Camden County
Yes, they
alum.
are.
Right?
I
So
know.
our
I
superintendent,
love-
Camden County
love
alum,
that.
our school board, these
the
are all
best.
folks wanting to give back to
Oh
their
my God.
community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
we
that-
are shared. I mean, we share the experience of being constantly scrutinized for our decision making, and not one person hates that because we know at the end of the day when our heads hit the pillow, we are thinking about our children, our community, and the future of Camden
Absolutely.
County, not just Camden County schools. Yeah, it's such a blessing, and I'm humbled to lead and serve with them.
You know, I think it's easy for people to want to criticize and stuff, you know, things they don't know
right.
the full story on. But the thing about the job of the school board, and you guys have to, you're never going to make everybody happy, ever. And there are going to be things that, you know, people don't like, but at the same time, do we know the whole story? Because
No.
there's some things you have to compromise. You have to figure out a way, and so not everything is
That's
just.
right. Well, we have to comply with the law and federal and
What?
state guidelines.
Yeah,
as
for
What? You have to do
Yeah.
that?
Like, that's
What?
first.
Yes.
And oftentimes, what kind of holds our hands or ties us up is bureaucracy. It's making sure that legally we can move forward with the work. And
I'm
people
sure-
don't see the behind the scenes. Me talking to an attorney before I sign a contract, it's like, oh, it's taking forever to get the batter's eye at the baseball field. Yes. You're talking about a
Yeah.
contract where I don't know when we're going to be litigated if something happens. Like it's so much bigger. The work
So
is
much.
than people could fathom. It's not just let's get one. I mean bidding, Georgia procurement laws. I mean we are
But even that,
a
there's
government
rules.
agency.
And there's rules on how many bids you have to, get, and then
That's right.
and then you go. There's just so many, just little rules. I call it red tape.
Yeah.
But
And that's
yeah.
why you got to get involved. You got to get involved.
do.
So you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
I
And
agree.
sometimes you guys have to get creative, and I want to commend you for getting creative and thinking outside the box and really trying to meet needs ways you can. I mean, when I heard that you loaded everybody up on a school bus and took them up to the north end of the county so they could
Absolutely.
see what time those kids had to get on, what that drive was, all the things like
Well,
that.
the first thing I did was I rode the route myself. So I had Dr. Loden drive me out to our earliest pickup, which was at the time 5:20 a.m. And it was pitch black dark. I was on a dirt road with two girls, which broke my heart. We're standing in the dark waiting for the first pickup. And I thought, we have got to figure out how we can adjust these routes so we're not picking up at 5:20.
Yeah.
So we were able to get our first pickup to like 5:50, but still, I mean, it was that was a lot. And I'm a North End girl. I'm from Tarboro, so I remember, the long
Yep.
bus ride and the multiple connecting bus
Yep.
stops, changing buses and stuff as a little person. So, everything is done, the decisions are done with a certain level of empathy that people don't realize because we're graduates of Camden.
Yeah.
We live here, we understand the layout of the county. And people don't realize how large our county
They
is,
do
land
not.
area.
It's one of the largest
when-
counties in the state.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
159
but we-
counties. I know we're top 10 or
Yeah.
11
Yeah.
for
We're
land.
so much land, and like when we take our leadership Camden class out, we stay 8 hours in Camden. We never leave Camden County, and we're constantly moving. And so everybody's like, "What? We're not in? No, this is still Camden.
Yeah. That's
There-
right.
People live here,
Yeah,
like
you-
out here.
yeah,
Like
you
see
could drive
that?
for a while. It's
Yeah,
gonna be like-
so
And even that bus ride that they take, they realize because I have leaders who didn't realize that we have routes that are about 90% dirt road. That route was 90% dirt road, and so when I'm delaying opening schools for a weather event, my bus driver actually goes and rides the route to make sure that she could drive it the next morning with her husband.
oh wow.
Love her. I
that is-
I love Miss
See?
Kathy. And then she'll text me and say, it's ready, or we need to call somebody because there's a limb that we couldn't move because they'll try to clear it as well. I mean, we have dynamic people in the system. And just think her doing that the day before so she can drive her route, or she can call me and say, it's clear, I can drive, so you can open schools. It's things
Got
like
some
that where that
dedicated
just,
people.
I really do. I
Yeah.
really do. Yeah.
I can't commend y'all enough for being all about the kids. You've proven a lot of that, and I'm all about it. You ready to get these questions? I can see
Yeah,
you.
we've asked
He's
some of
been
them.
looking at me like,
Yeah.
okay, you're going
Yeah.
off script here. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean,
We did.
the first thing I'll ask you here is just the momentum, right? So we
Right.
just talked all this stats, right? All this good stuff. What's the driving force behind that? Like, how do we even get there?
Oh my Lord! Let me tell you something. It's so tough to answer that, knowing that I'm a politician, right? The driving force behind any success that I experience is God and the prayers of everybody that's covering us. So I have to say that this is not a school sanctioned event, but I'm representing the school system. So school board, please don't fire me. But the driving force behind any of my success, I'm going to always say is God, right? And then the next level of that is our people. We just talked about that. We have dynamic people who love our kids so much. And you get your one or two, I'm filtering them out. If they don't love our kids, then we're getting them out. But you just have such a great group of educators and support staff and leaders who will go above and beyond to do what's best for our students. And that really is the driving force behind the momentum that we experience. And when you eliminate barriers, which is my job, or when I leverage the funds appropriately to make sure that, we get a return on the investment, then the momentum sustains. It's not my success. Now, I can tell you, my predecessors did a great job of maintaining, Dr. Hardin and Dr. Proctor and Mr. Rayner, of creating a system that we could be proud of. And I am just so compelled to challenge myself and my team to just keep evolving and maintain that success and prestige that we experience. So, it's our people.
Yeah, we're going to keep going, right? We 12 this year. We could be in the top 10.
I want to be
Listen,
number one.
she wants to be number
already.
one.
My people get so tired of hearing me say that.
We have a competitive superintendent, and I love it.
I get so frustrated. I'm like, why are we not number one?
Yes, girl.
We'll get there.
Oh, we're going to get there.
We will.
She's determined.
We will.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when looking back in the last year, what's probably what are you most proud of?
Oh my Lord! If I didn't have St. Mary's Elementary School in the bat situation, I could easily throw off maybe 4 or 5 different things. But getting kids back in school to a certain level of normalcy where they could recover and then end the school year joyfully, happy, get things back to normal operating standards at that school, reestablish trust with the parents and the community. I have to say that just because it just was such a significant event. And honestly, in my 2 years of being an educator, that bat situation was the first time my character was questioned. And that broke my heart, because I never want people to think that I won't do anything in my power to protect their kids or keep them safe. And when people are like, oh, bats walk. No, the first time I got a call, it was, what? I called DNR. The first time I got a call that there were bats in there, I called the Department of Health. What do we do? And then it just it snowballed very quickly. And I immediately moved our kids out, called the college president. He was with he was with Chancellor Perdue in Atlanta. A divine experience. That man was sitting at the table with the person who could immediately approve for me to get kids into college the next day.
Yeah, you handled it very well.
So
it was.
God is good.
So
Yeah.
that I have to say probably was one that I'm most proud of, because we got kids back to a certain level of normalcy. It overshadows. It just I might have a little trauma, but that was an experience. And $2.1 million later, I can say the school is safe.
Well, I think it was funny, not funny during that time. Let me not say that it was not funny. But you had so much bat knowledge after that experience. Like, you could tell all kinds of things about bats. You're like, I know them now.
Yeah, you learned things you didn't know you needed to learn. But
You are absolutely correct.
She was an expert. It was, but you handled it, I think, with grace. The principal there was,
phenomenal. The staff was so.
All of y'all handled it.
They extended so much grace to me during that time. That staff could have bickered, they could have complained, and they did not.
They united and tried to figure it out.
They were so strong, and now even stronger as a result. And Miss Cobb was actually on.
Ms. Cobb,
People don't realize Miss Cobb was on medical leave. She had just had knee replacement surgery.
Yeah.
She had to come off leave to lead the college.
I know.
A lot of people don't know that. I commend her. She could have said, no, I'm staying on FMLA. I'm staying out. I'm using my sick days.
That goes back to what
But
you
she
said.
didn't.
The dedicated people in this county that are ready to support the kids whenever the call
That's
comes.
right, absolutely. And, and a lot of business partners, a lot of the community stepped in to help and support us while we were at that college, so kudos to them, and especially the College of Coastal Georgia for stepping in and saying, yes, we could have that space. So law enforcement stopped by to check on the kids.
I know.
It was just amazing how the community came together very quickly for such just a next question.
And that goes right into it. How important is community involvement?
Oh, extremely important. Extremely important. Our volunteers, people being on campus, and people get so frustrated with us because, we had to put in the volunteer. We should have already had the practice of making sure, or reasonably authenticating that our volunteers should be on campus. That's state law, and when I found out that wasn't a common practice throughout the system, then we had to put a plan in place to make sure that we do that. So I apologize for the small inconvenience it caused for parents and the people who want to come in to have to to be on campus to volunteer, but
to protect everybody.
again, that protects
Yeah.
everybody. And some of the people, after we put that in, that we've had to turn away and say, based off of your record,
Yeah.
we can, you'd be
Turns out.
amazed. So know, it's little things like that, but just the chamber, and the municipalities, just people. A lot of people step in to support us, and they do it consistently. Being there, the quarterback club, different groups step in. I get donations for paying lunch debt. Constantly keep those donations coming in to
Keep
pay
them
lunch debt,
coming.
because I strongly believe the state should cover breakfast and lunch, but they don't, and it's so much red tape for me to pay for breakfast and lunch. You'll be amazed. I tried it 2 years in a row to get approved to pay for all kids to eat breakfast and lunch. And what we had to do, some of the other, it's a long story. We can have a separate meeting on the community eligibility program and some of the things we'd have to do to be able to feed all kids and how much it costs to do that. And so it's just, and there's some frustrations with some things, but the community really helps us be as great as we are. You Rotary, Kiwanis, I mean, you got all types of
Yes.
organizations that pour into us, Family Connection. I mean, there's just so many and too many to name that, and I don't want to miss anybody. Board of Realtors, I mean.
There's so many.
There's so many
Yeah.
people that help us. You, decorating teacher, and the employee of the year.
I love that, though.
Yeah, and teacher retirement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and whenever we need something, we have a community that steps in to fill in the gap. So thank you all for what you do to make sure that we can offer a high quality experience to our students.
And but you engage the community, and your staff engages the community. I know, Courtney Ray, the communications, she's always trying to figure out how we can
That's right.
do. And so, you could not be involved, but that's not you. And
not
so
me.
I appreciate the fact that we have a superintendent that's not just like clocking in and clocking out. And I just appreciate how much you are trying to involve the community and get them to come on. And there are rules to things, but I
It
do.
is, yeah.
Shout out
And
to you
and
for
I have
that.
to remind people I have a 10 and a 12-year-old, and I'm a divorced mom, probably oversharing. But sometimes people forget that when I do say no or when I'm not at an event, it's because I feel a lot of guilt about just neglecting
you.
my own
Yep.
children. And so then I'll go into mommy mode for a second and then come back out of mommy
Like,
mode. And,
wait,
yeah,
let me.
wait. Yeah.
No, I get it.
So,
Good deal.
Yeah. I mean, so we touched on a lot of things here, and we talked a little bit about robotics and all these different clubs.
Yeah.
Kind of, can you expand a little bit on all the different pathways and all the things that our kids can do? Whether if you don't want to play sports, that's okay, right? If you don't want to be in a band, that's okay, right? If you don't
right.
want to do any of those, but there's so many other things out there that our kids can be a part of.
I mean, the list of clubs and
I was about to
activities
say.
is so long and
We'd be here
exhaustive that
forever.
we would definitely be here for forever. We try to make sure that we cover all passions and interests, especially at the high school. It's a work in progress, K-8, which is why I hired, Dr. Day has transitioned from being AP of Fine Arts to being the AP, the Fine Arts coordinator for the system, because I want to offer K-12 fine arts experiences. We have state literary. I've traveled with, except this is the 1 year I didn't go to state literary. I chose to go to Rifle, and of course Brianna won, and I didn't see Avery win. But every year I've gone to state literary, which is managed by GHSA, to watch our soloists, and 1 year we had a trio. We offer a lot.
I mean,
And
there's so many.
there's so much that people don't know. And now with 5 golf courses in Camden, we added golf course management as a new program for CTAE. Next year, we're offering cosmetology and hospitality because of the growth in commercial industry here, to try to have a direct pathway to workforce here. That's a challenge, being a part of the chamber, having pathways to workforce here. We're essentially preparing kids, if it's not college, for jobs somewhere else with our pathways. So, it's an area of growth, but we have so much to offer, and I invest in that. I saw somebody sent me a screenshot of somebody saying something about the money we should be putting more in the band. I give the high school band program $100,000 every year. I give the middle school programs $50,000 every year. Just go to the board report. All of our where we spend money is as transparent as you can get. One, the state has 4 different dashboards, I think. It might be 5. Then we post it in the board meeting minutes. I mean, and obviously if you don't understand it, then you can just email me and
Yeah.
I'll gladly shoot off where we're spending the money. But it's on our kids.
Absolutely.
And if somebody says that, a lot of times I'm not aware, and so once I get awareness, kind of like the batter's eye, I assume the batter's eye was a part of the baseball renovation. Who doesn't put a batter's eye in a baseball renovation? And I know that.
Yeah.
And so then, you know, when I found that out, and I found out because a parent reached out to me saying, I hope you don't mind, but I'm getting ready to drop off some light poles because I'm about to build a baseball team of batter's eye. No, you're not.
What's
Well,
happening?
that should be included in the project.
Yeah.
Well, the baseball field's been up for a year and we don't have it. I said, okay, well, give me a second. Next day, we had quotes. We had the fencing companies come out. We talked to our contractor. Now, it takes a while because, again, I got bureaucracy and I got Georgia
yeah.
procurement. It wasn't the next week that we had it up, but it's up. You ride by there, it's up. I mean, it's Fine Arts Director, sound system is horrible in the auditorium. We hadn't had it replaced in X number of years. $100,000 later, new sound system in the auditorium. When I'm made aware, if it's something for our kids, it has to happen. Transportation, buses, when buses were, and please don't ask me anything about buses and efficiency because I don't want to jinx it. I do not want to jinx it, but transportation is the healthiest it's been in a while, and we extended that to providing student transport via 8 passenger vehicles. So you see those black expeditions, that was a part of that plan, to have golf be able to drive in the expeditions instead of taking a bus driver, you know, to have extracurricular, whether it's riflery and a couple of our
Sometimes you only got a
girls.
few kids doing it. You don't
Yeah.
need a full bus to take
You
a few
can-
kids somewhere.
If you really follow the money, you will see it spent on kids and it's spent across the board. You know, the 9th grade extension, the wrestling facility. While I love Jess and I over love those wrestlers,
Me too.
as much as they touch people, they're not huggers. They
Right.
bother me all the time. Like, no,
Right.
I don't want to hug. I'm like, I'm a hugger, you're hugging me, squeeze me.
Same.
But the 9th grade extension was more about Title IX and equity than it was about wrestling. So the 10-12 building that they're moving out of wrestlers, because they take up that whole space, we now have a design plan to offer volleyball, golf a space, gymnastics a space, because gymnastics, I rely on the PSA, and I don't like relying on another organization to be able to provide a high quality experience for our kids. I can't do that. The only thing I want to rely on the PSA for is their pool, because we can't put a pool in right now. But once wrestling gets out, the plan is to add an auxiliary gym for volleyball, to have a separate weight space for girls, weight training, because right now the girls and boys classes for weight training are in the athletic facility in that main space. So people are so misinformed. They are so misinformed. When I got an email that we weren't offering middle school volleyball, same day. Where are we with middle school volleyball? Go ahead and order the equipment. I need that up and running ASAP. For me, it's when I don't know, and then parents feel like they have to step in because I'm not aware. When I'm made aware,
And I think
like
that's what is important for people to understand. I mean, we've got probably 10,000 kids in this school district. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of schools, right? We've got two middle schools, seven elementary schools. We got a lot of buildings, right? A lot of things, a lot of staff,
We
a
do.
lot of kids. You can't be every single place at once.
I can't.
But it's that simple. You just, hey, Dr. Green, did you know this was going on?
That's right.
And she says, no, I had no idea. But then what? She immediately goes in there, takes action. And that's what you want out of a superintendent, right? That's what you want out of somebody that cares. Because, again, she grew up here, right? She graduated here. She cares about what's going on with our kids.
I really do.
And she wants the kids to have a great experience, and I think that that's important. And and she wants them to have the things they need to have a great experience.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. You had a lot of questions. I can keep
Listen,
talking.
you see him turn his paper over?
Yeah, I can keep going. We talked about your staff. What are some things that we're doing to help recruit, good educators? Because we want, in order to get us past 12 and keep going, we need some good teachers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot of great teachers right now, but
We
you got to retain them, right? Because they could go to another school district,
could.
and then we got a lot of them that retire, so we got to find their replacements. So, what are some things that we're doing to try to, tell people come to Camden County?
Well, we're investing in our leaders, because the number one reason an educator will leave us is if we don't have a high quality leadership. When you look at the data, any research, most of the time an educator educator is leaving a place because, or a school because of leadership. And so we put in a new leadership pipeline to make sure that we're developing internally, but also that we have a hands-on program that really talks about taking care of our own, making sure that we have high quality experiences for educators. It's a work in progress. The other part of that too is providing a meaningful wage, and you all know I can go there. I probably should. I'm gonna do it. So when you look at our state funding that we get, and a lot of people truly do not understand how Georgia schools are funded. Unrestricted funds, restricted funds, unassigned funds, assigned funds, how we spend money. But just at a very high level, I'm gonna say this. 90% of our funds go to salary and benefits. And every year, state health has increased as well as our TRS contribution. So when people complain about taxes, our millage rate, one, is the lowest it's been in over a decade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over a decade.
Yep.
And the board and we've dropped the millage rate down to 15, right? That's commendable considering the money that we levy from taxes is the money that pays for the extra to operate. So we got East Los that's paying for technology, that's paying for facilities, that's paying for maintenance, repair, any upkeep, deferred maintenance. And then you have the state that pays for the teachers the educators that they calculate based off our FTE. So I got 1,476 employees. Of those, and I have it right here, employees, that's staff total, 995 are state-generated employees. The other 480, we picked up to lower class size to make sure that there's no class impact. That's paid for by levying taxes. That's getting funds from the constituency via taxes. And so, it's a little frustrating that some of the luxuries that we really have, people then try to say, well, we're not spending money on academics. We're spending money on the classroom. So going back to teachers, in order to give them a meaningful wage, to increase our local contribution so that they are above the state average, well above the state average and well above our competition, we have to use that money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll give you another example. When the governor said we were giving that $2,000 bonus, we still had to give it to those 480 educators. So we had to pay from our local funds almost $1 million to make sure that every employee experienced that $2,000 stipend.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. Mm-hmm. And so, I'd love to go ahead and I would love to pay teachers extremely well. I'd have to increase the millage rate to do it.
Yeah.
And we have a plan this year to increase our local supplement so that it's sustainable within the current, the current parameters that we have set with the current millage rate. Another thing people don't understand about millage rate, we're a military town and we get federal impact aid. Mm-hmm. In order for us to get that extra $4 to $5 million that we get, we have to be within 95% of the state average of millage rate. And so if the state average goes up, potentially we may actually have to go up to be able to maintain that 95%.
You got to be within that. Yeah.
There's a lot of misinformation. So going back to the question though, recruiting we do college visits. We host our own internal college recruitment fair. I think the reputation, obviously, student academics and achievement, it helps us to recruit. Yeah. Being on the coast without a beach.
Tell me about it.
It's hard to market the coast without a beach and a bunch of mosquitoes and gnats, but I do it.
Me too, girl. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just a lot of things that I think people just don't know.
And I want to bring. I don't even know if I should bring this up, but a lot of people are assuming that we just need a second high school right now, yesterday, all the things.
Blasphemy.
And,
we're not getting. First of all.
Well, hold on.
Go finish the question, because I was ready for this one. I thought this one would be first. I was ready for this one.
But I don't think, and whenever I go into these conversations and people are asking or making statements, they're always under the impression that our class sizes are like busting at the seams, and they would be wrong.
Oh, 100%. And we, just like I said, we have that is one thing that my board reminds me of. We're not increasing class size.
Yep.
And so we're not going to get any state funding to build a new school. We'd have to pay for it. Whether that, and a lot of people don't know this, and it's rare. We're a system that does not carry debt. We don't bond when we build. You know, we use eSPLOST to pay, and we wait to collect all the funds before we start projects. That is a whole different level of fiscal responsibility that I could commend our boards, this board and boards prior for. Now, I can say we need a new Camden Middle. And so we're having the conversation about how do we make that happen, you know, long term, because that facility, 1982, very old, renovation kind of piecemeal. We're there. We need to talk about Camden Middle. We need another Camden Middle because of the condition, not because of the enrollment,
class size,
not because of class size. And we do see the houses and subdivisions going up, but our enrollment is down this year. Our enrollment dropped. Almost 130 students across the state. We're down about 34,000 students in the state of Georgia, directly correlating and related to birth rate, but still we are experiencing that drop in enrollment as well.
And I think to even get like funds to, let's say, to build a new school, don't you have to be like at your capacity for like 3 years before
there's multiple
they even,
different qualifiers, and we'd have to feel it. We don't
we're not there.
We're not. There's some classes I assume that feel it, you know, just because they're advanced. Like we have a course that there's only one section of at the high school.
Right.
But there's 2 wings at the high school that we're not even using. So we have special programs there, not that we're using the wings for. The high school enrollment is down. Honestly, almost
we're not there.
Well,
We're just
I
not
think
there.
people see the growth out here, and they're just automatically thinking, we've got to get another school, and that's just not the case. And so I just want people to understand that there is a process to that, and you're not just like over here. No, we're not getting another high school.
Well,
It's not like that.
There is that, and then there's just we're not getting another high school.
I mean, we're just not.
We
So-
like competing at the highest classification,
Yes.
for sure. And then the north end is the population has dwindled for some time now.
Yep.
I mean, people are not really moving to the north, and you see the growth and development concentrated here. And so there's some room at the high school for growth currently, and we have a plan, obviously, if we need to grow there. But no.
I want to take us back to Friday nights. I want to get off the second school thing because I don't want to second school. I want us to be at the highest classification and all the things. But this year, with Quarterback Club, we're talking about not just the football team, but the Friday night, the Chris Gilman experience, and which includes our band, our cheerleaders, our ROTC, like all the things, and with our community. And I think it's just a beautiful thing. How important do you think all the band and having the energy around the football game, how important do you think that that role is as it pertains to the actual football game itself?
I think the game experience is equally important and significant or impactful as it relates to just the energy that's needed to win, And people, this is another thing that a person would not know, but when we make it to the playoffs, I step in to pay for the band to travel. Fundraising typically covers, or the band program covers travel throughout the year. And then, I pay for them to come, one, because the band parents are traveling with them. And so it packs the stands.
Let me tell you.
Same with the cheerleaders. They're going. I'm going to figure out a way, because that energy in the stands, they always say Camden's fans travel.
We sure do.
And I always say, no, Camden band parents and
Yeah.
cheerleaders travel.
They travel too.
Parents travel, because that's typically who's filling those stands. So I try to support that and make sure that they're there. But they're a significant part of that game experience.
Absolutely.
And I actually had a kid walk up to me. I attended a little they were leaving to go to a competition, kind of like MPAs. And one of the students said, we wouldn't have the success we have with football if the band wasn't there. I said, I agree wholeheartedly. She said, so then why don't, when you do your video at the beginning of the game, why don't you say, this is our band? I said, oh my Lord, I apologize. I love that idea. I was telling him before this, I said, so this year when I record my video, it's going to say, this is our band. These are our cheerleaders. This is our team, Camden County Stand Up. So I just, you know, it's that important. And for anybody who believes that, I don't believe that or think that, shame on them.
I know you believe it. And the thing is Justin and I are getting really, like, we've gotten to know some of the band boosters. And I want to tell you, those are some of the most committed, dedicated.
They are.
You know, some of them are parents now, and then some of them were parents, you know, their kids are already gone, and they're still helping, you know, and like making the props and stuff. Like, it's just been really cool to see the other side of that. And these kids are, I hate calling them kids, the students are, but they're amazing. And they're doing some great things.
That band booster is a dynamic booster, and sometimes the parent boosters feel like, I guess the coaches, I have to do a better job of communicating with the coaches. My staff does with what's the system's responsibility versus what the parents group's responsibility. Because the parent groups have almost taken over the system responsibilities. And when I find that out, then I step in. I mean, something like the band truck needing some type of, I'm not a mechanic. There we go. We know.
Yeah.
There we go.
We've had a lot of conversations about this band trailer. Yes, we have.
So then when Dr. Day emailed me and said, Dr. Green, this going on with the axle, I said, okay, we'll get a quote. He sent me the quote. I said, all right, Miss Brown, get the axle. Like, to me, it's like, that's what the funds are for. It's for our kids.
How are you?
You can't transport transport the equipment without that. I mean, I went and bought a box truck, so we have a backup. Yeah. You know, I need to get everything wrapped so people see it and know, like, we got it.
This is for the band.
Yes. I mean, I get a lot of requests now when I get to my emails.
Yeah,
like, did you know?
Buy this, what's going on?
We've got a quote for the gymnastics equipment. I try to go to my first 2 years, I tried to go to every student experience, and I committed to state just because there's so few of them, but I tried to check off every experience. I haven't done dive, but I did swim. I haven't done dance because they're all away and it's at a difficult time in the school year. And then cross country, but I do get to see cross country runners with track. So, you know, I get an opportunity there. Everything else though, I drove all the way up to gymnastics. And I'm like, these people are hosting gymnastics in a rec gym. We could do this. We haven't hosted, when you look at the gymnastics schedule, they're traveling everywhere and it's not close at all. And we haven't hosted. I need to get wrestlers out so we can host at Camden County High School and give our fans an opportunity to see their children at Camden High School.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's there. Same with agriculture. We got ag plans for an ag band, barn. We were going to do like this big show facility, but then we found out the city of Kingsland's doing their show facility at the yard, and I met with Alex Blunt about his plans so that there wasn't really a lot of duplication. So we're doing an ag barn as well with cement for the pigs. You know, I used to own a cow. A lot of people don't know, you know, certain things about me. Like, I love that. I went to the fairgrounds. I got to see that experience. It's phenomenal what our kids do, and the amount of time that they invest and the amount of money that their parents invest in animal care, when we should, if we're going to provide that opportunity, step in and help. We're going to do it.
But I love that we can give the kids that kind of opportunity with ag, and you know, like I did livestock judging back in high school. You know,
Interesting.
I could not do it now to save my life, but but at the time, I think it's such a cool experience, and I'm glad that, you know, our students, we have that. But
we have some of the best student mechanics.
Oh, I know.
Took the car over there and got all 4 tires replaced.
Listen, I already called him. I was like, hey, where's your single engine
I have a
place in here?
Where is the agricultural barn going?
Oh, that's a great question.
We're still trying to figure that out?
No, it's where the old barn is.
Okay.
We're landlocked now. We're definitely landlocked.
Because some folks have asked me that. Like, where's this going?
Back there.
Okay, there you go. There's your answer. A lot of folks have asked me that. Hey, where's it going?
Yeah.
Man.
It's a good question. It's going there. I mean, I had a parent in one of the listening sessions say, the pigs are quivering. We're spending all this money on pigs, and they're quivering, and that's going to cost us that show. I had that light, I had the electricity out there, and we got to warm those pigs up.
Better get them warm.
We're not losing. It's
know-
like, and so if you don't know, you really,
And
I have to know too.
I want to say this about you, Dr. Green. You have a whole lot that you do for your day job. Keeping up with a whole lot. And I hope people understand that we are very fortunate to have you, and that we're glad that you love our kids, this Camden County so much. Just all the things that this is a whole. You can't know all the things all the time, but so I think it's.
And love all kids.
You do.
All kids. Creating CSA so that we have a middle school alternative program, so that our kids still have hope when they make a bad decision, was so important to me. Now you make some terrible decisions in high school, especially the violent offenders. You go to ombudsman. We go through that process.
Yeah.
But a sixth grader is still with us, and we're pouring into that child so that they can recover, and there's still hope for your future in middle school.
For sure.
Unless you again do something significantly egregious and violent, and then you got to go get educated somewhere else. But being able to create our own middle school alternative program was such a success and significant. And then the same with our special programs. A lot of systems send their students with significant disabilities, their highest need students, emotional and behavior kids, somewhere else. We have IDEB, Camden Rise. A lot of people don't know that. It's on the wing at the 9th grade center, where we service those students internally. And we're talking about kids where there's 2 kids in a class and there's 4 adults. and they may need 6 adults.
Yeah, but you're keeping them inside of
But we're keeping
our
them here,
lifelines
and
instead
we're
of sending
doing
them
all that
elsewhere.
we can to make sure that they feel loved and cared for in our system.
Yeah.
And I just think that's maybe we need to do a better job of marketing and telling our story. But
That's why you're here tonight.
I am.
Yes.
I am. That is why I'm here tonight.
I got 2 more questions, and
Okay.
then I think we
Yeah.
can roll into the Queen of Hearts.
Listen, I'll keep her here all night.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to keep us on
I
track.
mean, just as we look ahead,
Yeah.
going into this upcoming school year, we're, I don't know, probably 3 weeks, 2 weeks away. I mean, it's right around
she
the
probably
corner.
knows the days.
What are you most excited for of starting this school year coming up?
Most excited for me is getting back in schools and being present and visible. This past year we didn't have significant weather event, but we had things happen behind the scenes that kept me in the office or kept me on the phone with attorneys, or I did a lot more business things this year where my preference is to be out with children. I used to be at the high school almost every day talking to kids, what is your experience like in the cafeteria, really, so I just get energized because I love it, but 2, because that's where you see what's happening. I get intimate knowledge of really what the day-to-day is like for our educators and our children. And so I'm looking forward to just being able to get back in schools and see my people, get out the office, get off the phone.
For sure.
Heard
Yes,
that.
That's probably what I'm most excited about. Yeah.
And then my last one, if you could send a message to all the parents out there, or maybe potential parents, right, that are maybe looking at Camden County or any of that stuff, me 4 years ago, what message would you send to all the parents out there and potential parents out there of why is Camden so special?
Well, you did a great job at the beginning of talking about the data and the metrics, but for me, we're the best school system in the nation,
I like
for
it.
sure, because we put love first. We love and nurture our kids, and we instill hope. We know the significance of a loving, caring adult, and we make sure that we provide that. We make sure that is our focus, and then we wrap around our students and our families and provide support. And when there are people that don't do that, again, I'm also equally willing to get them out the way. I think we have high expectations of every learner that walks in the door, and we're relentless about making sure that they reach their potential. That everybody will ask, what do you attribute their success to? And I always say we have dynamic people, dynamic educators. You cannot replace a high quality instructor. You just can't. which is why we also have an initiative this year for our littles to reduce screen time. I want to get them back in front of our high quality educators, get them out, get those screens out the way for a little bit, and let's make sure that they get a high dosage of our high quality educators. But then, I mean, it's a great environment because of our expectations, and they've been like that for a while. It's not something I created. When I was in high school, it was the same level of the same expectation. I took the SAT in 8th grade. The expectations were so high. So I just think that people need to know that we care. We work extremely hard and smart with our kids, and we do all that we can. And we're constantly reflecting on the work to see how we can get better. I tell our kids, we love you. I do not know why God chose me for this job. And it is such a blessing. I'm so humbled to be able to serve in a place where when I look out, I see people that I know that are connected to people that I love and care about, that I spent, my childhood with, my family, being able to support and help and reach out and give them opportunities and it provide a high quality experience. There's very little to do here. So the school system is the center, and being able to extend activities so that the rec can be lifted up and so that we can partner with the Chamber of Business and they can use our facilities. Harbor and Christchurch, they use our facilities sometimes, that stadium. Like, we are the center of this community. We're the heart. And it's a great place. I love that my kids are in Camden County schools, and shame on you if yours aren't.
Yeah.
And I will say this now, because you got your people that's gonna fact check some stuff. The impact date and the 95% is not that explicit. You got to read the fine print in the federal guidelines. That's the general broad view of me trying to explain to the public why we have to stay within 95%. It's much more complicated than that. But read the technical assistance paper before you call me out, because I just wanted to give a general why our millage rate has to stay within 95%. But it's way more complex and complicated than just 95% of the state average.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a lot. I mean, we typically don't go that long, but I think this had to happen.
Yes.
I think, a lot of folks.
This is a huge school
I'm
system.
engaging.
You
for
are
sure.
engaging.
Bore the
So
people.
engaging. Yes.
A lot is going on here that a lot of folks just don't know about,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
right.
important to know what we've got going on here.
Yeah, that's right. Can I add one more thing?
Of course.
Because this is important to me anyway.
Yeah.
I have to say this
Say it.
publicly so you all hear this. The coach that's under the most pressure is not the head football coach, baseball coach. It's the track coach, Donald Green.
Yes.
He needs to hear me. Track better win state under his leadership.
Donald will be watching.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I love it.
Challenge accepted, right?
Yes.
That's what he's saying on the other side over there.
He's
He's
gonna
saying
come to my
challenge
house and bother
accepted.
me.
Yeah.
They'll tell him. They'll tell him.
Yeah, they'll tell him.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to talk about Queen of Hearts.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Now, Dr. Green, are you familiar with this Queen of Hearts raffle?
Somewhat.
Just a little bit. So we've got 54 cards up there,
Okay.
right? Including the jokers.
That's right.
And every week we select one ticket and we flip one card.
Okay.
If it's a non-face card, it's $50. If it's a face card including the ace, it's $100. If it's a joker, it's $250. And if it's a Queen of Heart, it's 50% of the jackpot. Jackpot this week is $9,000. We hit a milestone, folks. $9,036. So we're on our way. My goal is probably going to be surpassed. I want to be over 10K when we get into Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
And we're gonna be there because we still got 37 days till kickoff. So we're gonna be past the goal. But then there's a caveat.
Okay.
If both jokers are found before the Queen of Hearts, the game resets. The pot keeps growing. And this I talk about this all the time. This pot can get very big, very big. My goal, this is a lofty goal, but it's still my goal.
That's right. It's good to have lofty goals.
Oh.
A friend of mine put me on this. His school up in Chicago, their largest jackpot that they had was $2.4 million. So that was $1 million to the, $1.2 million to the school and $1.2 million to whoever won.
Oh, wow.
My goal for Camden County, because we're making a Camden County lottery here, I want $1 million.
Okay.
So that's $500,000 to the winner. That's $500,000, to the school. We can do a lot of fun stuff with $500,000 for
unrestricted, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
You
That's
said it
all right.
unrestricted, okay.
We can do a lot of fun stuff with that, But
Yes.
people got to get in there and play. But
They do.
it's going. We're growing each week. So
Yeah.
but that's the basis of our Queen of Hearts. So, I mean, I'm ready to draw and see who our winner tonight. If you're
Oh
ready
yeah,
to draw.
I'm so ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So,
This-
Coach isn't here. They're
I
in coffee
know.
tonight. I
Yeah,
usually ask
they're
Coach
at
David
OTA.
Shores if he's
Yeah.
ready. I usually point right over here,
Yeah.
but they're in coffee tonight, or probably back by now. They should
No,
be back by now.
they're not.
But let's see who wins tonight. Is Miss Gail going to go for
I
three
know.
times
Is it
here?
gonna be Miss Gail 3 times?
Miss Gail buys a lot of tickets. But
What's
let's
my
see.
role?
You're just
You're
going to
gonna
flip a
flip
card
a
over.
card.
I'm going to
Okay.
tell you which number to flip over here, and you'll flip that card over
All
for
right.
us, please.
See, we had look. Justin had these made. These cards made. Aren't they pretty?
It is. It's really cute.
Yeah, this is good stuff. So let's see. Kanan, we good? You're seeing my screen? All right, let's do it, folks. So ticket number 3576, and that is a Miss Colleen Boone, who is
Wait,
where, is she
wait,
here?
Is she here?
Where's she at? Miss Colleen,
Miss Colleen.
where are you at? You just got your ticket pulled. Come on up, Miss Colleen.
She's a band mom.
She
Oh,
is our
nice.
band booster president. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Miss Colleen. So Miss Colleen,
I purposely put my husband's name so I didn't have
Yeah.
well he will put your name.
yeah. Yeah.
So you guessed for this ticket, card spot
Which one?
52. So let's flip over
All right, 52,
card
it's right
52.
here.
Down,
It's
you
got
might have to get your
I
nails
got
in
that.
there. Those are good stickers
I
on there,
can't
on
mess
them
up my
tamper
nails.
seals.
This
There you
flex
go.
gel.
So what do we got?
All right. What's she get?
8.
Oh,
What do we get?
8 o'clock.
$50.
8 o'clock, that's $50.
Whoop, whoop.
$50 to Miss Colleen.
Miss Colleen. Yes.
Man, Queen of Hearts is still out there.
That'll buy some snacks for the band.
Yes, snacks for the band.
There you go.
Colleen.
Hey, there's
Yes.
a lot of things out there. I've shared them on my social media. There's a lot of things that you can help for the band. They go 7 to 5:30.
Where's the band practicing?
They practicing, unfortunately, right now because the construction's
I
happening.
think it's important to say
Yes, we can't practice in the normal spot where we practice because it is under construction. But we're behind over here in the grass. We're not on concrete. We're not on any of that stuff. We in the grass. It is a little bit farther.
Yeah.
It is, but it's temporary.
Well,
Everything is temporary.
Today was a lake band camp because there was a huge puddle.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Thank
Miss
goodness
Colleen.
thank goodness the football team was doing
Gone.
their thing and we were able to do it in the
Oh,
stadium.
nice.
There you go. So
Nice.
see,
Oh,
we're
it worked
working
out.
together.
Divine.
Yeah, we gotta send the boys on more OTAs. I guess is what it sounds like. So
Yeah.
that way, you know.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
That's for. But
It'll save our volunteers because they're doing a lot of tenting. And
oh yeah,
Oh, yes, they are.
for sure. But I mean,
Well, let me
band.
know if you all need anything.
I appreciate that very much. So thanks.
Is there anything, while we have people right here, is there anything that the band y'all are looking for or in need of right now, or any of that kind of stuff?
Grab that microphone right there, Colleen, so folks. So that's
I'm just
all
gonna put
right.
it right here. Just
Too
kinda-
late. You're already.
Well, you're doing it tonight, Miss Colleen. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're always looking for food donations like chips, granola bars, definitely electrolyte packets. Like,
Ooh, yes.
we had a phenomenal person donate about $700 worth of Drip Drop. We're on our final box. That's how much these kids are.
Sign me up for the electrolytes.
That's
See, she's like,
awesome.
I got
There
it.
you go.
I got it.
Appreciate it. But yeah, so like any kind of stuff like that is definitely important to just make sure that they're healthy and they're learning their music and doing their
Yes.
craft. And they're such a good group of kids. They work hard to bring you great entertainment on Friday
They are.
nights.
Absolutely.
They're spirited and we can't wait for the season to start.
And remember, folks that didn't know out
I was
there.
gonna
in public
say,
speaking.
I know, you were amazing, Colleen.
Yeah, Colleen, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, public speak. I mean, you're crushing it. But remember, folks, 7 a.m. to 5:30 every day. These kids are out there in the heat, you know, doing their thing, learning the halftime show, and then on July 24th,
I was about to say, are you going to talk
we
about the
pack in the
24th?
stands at Chris Gilman
Yes, we
because they're gonna put on. I mean, I don't think we get the full performance. We get like a sneak peek,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of
we
like
get a little peek.
Whatever we can accomplish in the 2 weeks.
there you go. So whatever that they get, you know, and I mean, we're doing an America 250 band performance this year because obviously it's America's birthday, 250. You know, soundtrack of America, right? Yes. Top Gun, one of my favorite songs. That's going to be one of their selections this year. We'll be in Chris Gilman, July 24th, 5 p.m. Come out, show the love, get
Come
your
out,
band,
support.
get your band T-shirts on, show the love. It's going to be magical because we're going to get to see that little glimpse of
We
what
are.
Friday Night Lights is.
Yes, we
you know,
will.
we got 37 days to kick off, but 44 days till we're in camp, till we're in Chris Gilman. So we almost there.
How many days?
44 days till we're in Chris Gilman.
Goodness
37 till
gracious.
kickoff, 44 till we're in Chris Gilman.
This booth says don't rush.
Yeah.
My daughter's a senior. Please don't.
Oh,
Don't rush
yes.
it, don't
My-
rush
yes,
it.
you're absolutely right. My oldest is a senior this year
Yeah.
too, so it's you want those days to slow down,
That's
but
right.
you know.
Well, we want the kids to put the devices down too and enjoy your mom.
Yes.
Yeah, your parents.
Yeah, it's your senior year.
Yes.
You only get one of them.
Be
Yeah.
present.
You only get one high school senior. Hopefully you're not ever doing it twice. Without anybody doing it twice.
we-
You just
we-
get it one time. Not it can. Not with our graduation
Not,
rate.
not with our graduation
No, that's
rate.
right.
Awesome. Well, do we have any-
This was an absolutely amazing show. I absolutely appreciate you being here. I think
Yeah.
it gives a really good insight to a lot of folks out there that have a lot of questions and maybe don't really understand what really goes on behind the scenes of how this operates, how this happens, how the money's spent, how all these things work, because you can't get it all off of social media. You got to get out, you got to
No.
learn, you got to get involved in the community. This is all great stuff, and I'm glad that we ran for an hour and some change here that we're at, because it's important. This is the stuff that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you for your
challenging people to
time.
just change what they believe, because what you believe, the mind searches for evidence of that. You believe our system is good. I tell my staff, presume good intentions and test your assumptions. Then essentially you can see the great things right in front of you. But sometimes people are so convinced to believe otherwise, and so
Yeah.
I'm glad I got a chance to come out and challenge people's beliefs.
Yeah, thank you.
We
We'll do this
appreciate your
again
time,
next
yeah.
July. We'll do another
Absolutely.
recap next year.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love this
next
stuff.
year. Yes, we will.
But next
Awesome.
week, don't forget to tune in.
Yes.
We got ROTC,
Yep.
cheer, and one of our drum majors.
I
So
can't wait.
we're gonna talk about that. And then the week after that, we got Tucker back for our
Yeah.
coaches show.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, maybe a lot of folks don't know about this. We're gonna have the Hard Hat crew here. So there's a lot of folks
Listen.
out there that know about this Hard Hat crew.
I can't wait.
We're gonna meet them. We're gonna talk to them.
They are so fun.
And
Yeah.
that's a pretty robust group there that they got.
Yeah.
there. Oh yeah.
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 So they'll be on August 5th. So we got
Yeah.
we got some things lined up here for us before the season kicks
And
off.
then we'll be playing bowls that Friday.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to be magical.
Man, Dr. Green, we didn't get to cover Brunswick. Man,
Oh, no.
It's
we'll
all
have
right.
You back. We're
We
gonna
need
have
a
you-
separate
you can
show
come-
Yeah, we're
just
gonna have
for-
a-
yeah,
yes, we do.
you can come back for a
Yeah,
coach's
we do.
show.
Yeah.
Break down
Yes.
some game for us, or if you
can.
want.
I like
Yeah.
she would.
Absolutely.
There you go.
All right.
But Allison, none of this could be possible
Absolutely.
without our sponsors.
Our sponsors are amazing. Thank you, Bennett Automotive Group, TDS, Serve Pro, and of course, Ops in Kingsland. So guys, we'll be back next Wednesday, 6 p.m. right here, Ops in Kingsland. We'll be back with our who?
ROTC,
ROTC,
Cheer,
and one of
and
our drum majors.
one of our drum majors.
So yeah, tune in. Make sure you buy your tickets. You have until 5:55 next Wednesday.
Wildcats, queenofhearts.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Thank you guys. Have a great night. See you next Wednesday.